Today I'm going to take you through a drama, mystery, and fantasy film from 2019 called Super Me. Spoilers ahead, so watch out and take care. Sang-Yu is a lonely, poor scriptwriter. He has no job, no friends, and his parents are dead. But his main problem is something far stranger. He hasn't been able to sleep in over 6 months because every time he does, a demon appears in his dreams, turning them into violent nightmares. Tonight, Sang-Yu dreams he's in the subway when the demon arrives. It grabs him by the hair, makes a hole in the floor, and forces his head through it, killing him. He wakes up immediately after his dream self dies, intending to write, but his landlord knocks, claiming he's brought food. Sang-Yu panics and escapes through the window since he doesn't have the rent money. Walking the streets, Sang-Yu remembers all the experts he's visited about dreams: psychologists, doctors, scientists, and religious devotees. Each had different theories, but none offered any concrete help. Hungry, he stops at a food stand and orders a crepe without eggs, but the vendor adds an egg as a free treat. While waiting, he notices Hua, the girl he's loved for years, working across the street. Sang-Yu met Hua years ago at a bar where she was performing with her band. Her singing voice captivated him, and he's thought of her ever since. Once his crepe is ready, he begins eating, but is startled by his manager, Sangai. Sang-Yu runs, dropping the crepe, but Sangai catches up. He takes him to a restaurant, eating in front of him and scolding him for not respecting their contract or handing in a script on time. Sang-Yu tries to explain his insomnia, but Sangai ignores him and demands the script in 10 days. Returning to his apartment, his landlord is locked and his belongings in the hallway. His landlord has finally evicted him. He tries working at a cafe, but is too hungry to think and falls asleep. The demon appears again, wrapping chains around his neck and banging his head on the table. Sang-Yu wakes up once more, discovering his laptop stolen. Feeling like nightmares and reality are indistinguishable, Sang-Yu sends Sangai a message claiming he will kill himself and reunite with his parents. He climbs onto a roof across from Huara's cafe, ready to jump, but the crepe man appears with free food. Sitting with him, Sang-Yu listens to his advice. When experiencing nightmares, he should remind himself, "I'm dreaming," to wake up faster. He spends the day on the roof watching Hua, then sells his phone to buy food. At a convenience store, he considers stealing, but notices he's being watched. Outside, while eating, Hua approaches him with concern, but it's a trap. Hua was in the demon in disguise. She pushes him against the glass, stabbing him with a sword and throwing him through the window. As he's falling, Sang-Yu remembers the crepe man's advice, reminding himself, "I'm dreaming." He wakes up mid-air, holding the demon's sword in his hands. He runs away before the ambulance arrives, staying in the park all night, examining the sword to ensure he isn't dreaming again. In the morning, he goes to a flea market to sell it, realizing the buyer's eagerness signals its value. He goes to a pawn shop and receives 20,000. With the money, Sang-Yu buys a new computer, eats at a restaurant, and stays at a fancy hotel. That night, he takes sleeping pills, waiting for his dream. In the hotel dream, he explores the hallway, grabs a vase, and says, "I'm dreaming," but nothing happens. As he ventures further, the demon appears, wielding a gold axe, attacking him. Sang-Yu grabs the axe, declaring, "I'm dreaming," and wakes up unscathed, axe in hand. He sells the axe and spends the money on new clothes, a car, and a night out at a bar. He doesn't let the women enter his hotel room, giving the money for a cab instead. That night, he studies photographs of a museum to control the dream setting, which works. In the dream, he explores the museum, waiting for the demon. This time, the demon wields a firearm. Sang-Yu dodges bullets, but is eventually killed in the dream, waking up immediately. Determined to complete his plan, he takes another sleeping pill and re-enters the dream, running and dodging bullets skillfully. He grabs 2 antiques while shouting, "I'm dreaming," and wakes up, treasures in hand. Sang-Yu sells them to professional collectors for 2 million. Approached by an angry Sangai who thought he was dead, Sang-Yu invites him to a fancy restaurant and pays back his money, telling him he no longer writes on demand. The next day, Sang-Yu visits Huara's cafe and orders a latte. He asks if she recognizes him. She doesn't. He inquires why she's selling the cafe. She explains it only creates debt. Later that night, Sang-yu drinks with Sangai, who's curious about his success. Sangai pretends to leave his hotel room, but checks Sang-yu's wallet and checkbook, only to be startled when Sang-yu wakes up holding gold chains, demonstrating his dream powers. Sang-yu buys Hwa's cafe, allowing her to run it while he covers losses. Grateful, she invites him to dinner, discussing their shared business. She suspects he wants more than money, but Sang-yu focuses on building a life. He continues dream adventures, learning to control his powers, moving objects with his mind, robbing a bank, and bringing bigger items back, like a red car. Hwa's cafe gains clients thanks to his investments, and he leaves a bag of money for the crate man. After hours, Hwa Yu walks her home, letting her drive the red car from his dream, pretending it's hers. She assumes he's a famous scriptwriter. They plan movie outings, though she wonders when they'll see his work on screen. To avoid suspicion, Sang-yu writes a real script while dreaming, finding himself in bed with multiple versions of Hwa in his imagination. He wakes to find Sangai crying at the quality of the script. Their plan advances. They sell the script to a production company, funding big stars and a grand release. A special dinner celebrates him, and Hwa accompanies him. A presentation highlights his career, claiming many past successes he never took credit for. In a dream, Sang-yu discovers a meditating monk. Attempting to take his belt causes his hand to disintegrate, but he succeeds after multiple tries. The monk's treasure disappears, and the usual demon does not appear. One night, Sang-yu takes Hwa to the roof, almost attempting suicide, but instead reveals fireworks he prepared. She worries he might disappear, and he promises he won't. Back at her apartment while she refreshes herself, Sang-yu practices a confession. He notices 2 smoking black lines on his chest, a sign of lingering dream effects. Returning home, he ignores Sangai's party and goes to bed, sleeping alone. The dream places him in a tall, empty building, confronting an older, disintegrating version of himself. Upon waking, Sang-yu finds new scars matching previous dream injuries. The next morning, he visits the crate man for advice, but is kidnapped by a van en route. He wakes up in an abandoned building surrounded by criminals led by Changai. Sang-yu offers 10 million to resolve the situation, calls Sangai, who's also captured, and shows them his hidden room with antiques. Changai pressures him for secrets, while Hwa unexpectedly arrives, putting herself in danger. The receptionist informs her of Sang-yu's open door, and she enters, only to be captured by thugs. Changai teases her, causing tension among his men. He punishes Sang-yu with gold knuckles, but Sangai secretly awakens. Hwa kicks a thug, and Sangai strikes with a vase. Sang-yu bites the thug and escapes, but is stabbed. The 3 flee, though Sang-yu is weakened, and the men catch up, stabbing him again. Sangai sacrifices himself, staying behind to distract the thugs, and is beaten to death. Sang-yu and Hwa are captured again, thrown around and stabbed, passing out. He wakes in mysterious ruins, covered in black substance that vanishes when he moves. Touching a glowing door arch, he experiences a flashback of the past months, merging dream and reality. Approaching a giant crystal wall, he strikes it repeatedly, shouting, "I'm dreaming," until he passes out from blood loss. His body transforms, and he becomes the demon. Armed with the machete, Sang-yu as the demon smashes the crystal, imagining past interactions with twists, hitting the landlord and Sangai for mistreatment. The wall breaks, and the demon enters Sang-yu's living room, eliminating thugs with ease. He attacks Sang-yu, who shouts, "I'm dreaming," causing all dream-acquired antiques to vanish from his apartment and rich collectors' collections. Sang-yu loses consciousness, waking back outside the convenience store. Hwa sees him, recognizing him from the concert, and feels pity. She brings him to her home to give him real food. While eating noodle soup, she mentions reading one of his stories in a magazine and encourages him, offering him a job at her cafe. Sang-yu breaks down crying, as it's revealed she's always known he's been watching her. Later, Hwa gives him a brand new laptop to write on. Sang-yu meets Sangai at a restaurant to return the money he owed him, explaining he writes only what he wishes. Sangai refuses the repayment and even gives him more for selling an old script. Sang-yu covers the bill.
Days later, content with his life, he visits the crate man, who returns his money and reveals a scar on his stomach, a reminder that humble life is preferable despite supernatural powers. Behind him, the ruins of his last dream appear, hinting that the new demon that killed the thugs has been following him ever since.